I wonder where yours was.
I'm not going to be far away from the booze. Well, here we go then.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Christmas edition of the Bowls Revolution podcast. Nice to see you. Now, we've got a lot to get through today, and we've got to start. Oh, first I've got to welcome back. Yeah,
yes.
I've got to welcome back my glamorous assistant.
Hi, everybody. He's had too much to drink already, I think.
I don't say that. Yeah, where were we? Yeah, we've got to go first for an unusual item, which is clarification.
Oh, but can I just say something just before we start?
Yes.
DCIBA, take your crash helmets off, take your boxing gloves off. You're not involved in this podcast at all. How's that?
Well, not directly.
Oh no.
Not directly.
You know I'll have to get up and walk away.
I've got to, this is clarification.
Okay, all
I've
right
got to
then.
mention clarification.
Don't get me into trouble.
I won't, I promise.
Oh God.
Clarification we're on. Clarification is about the money that any county organisation sends to the English Indoor Bowling Association. Now, it's called an affiliation fee, but it's not really an affiliation fee. It's an enabling fee, in that if you send money to the EIBA, you can enter a team in the national competitions such as the Adderley and the Liberty. That's all it does. There's no comeback. There's no other involvement at all from the EIBA. They just sit and look at you, and you're a county organisation. You're on your own, and you
Get on with it.
Yeah, you're a rogue organisation, as I've said before.
So in other words, the ladies could have put in an Atherley team this year. Or this season.
They could have, but they didn't know that, because they didn't know that Val Landers, who I think is the treasurer, actually paid the facilitation fee to the EIBA. And when I spoke to Peter Thompson of the exec at EIBA, he said that that the ladies were still an organisation, a county organisation within the EIBA.
So we were sort of affiliated then, or facilitated.
I think facilitated is a bit better word. You were. If you'd entered the county team in that, you would have been allowed to, because the fees have been paid.
Oh, so all we needed really was a team of selectors.
Yeah, and then if you've got a nice young selector to come in, you might have got a team that didn't necessarily include any county officials, which would have made it a lot better.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's that. Now,
that's something for next year,
but they
isn't
didn't
it?
know that. The ladies didn't know that.
Well, I think probably they do now. God, never mind.
Yes. Now, feedback. Now, this has been a contentious thing in that.
Rent a rank on the rink.
No.
Is that not what you...
No, it's rent a rant.
Oh, rent a rank.
I started.
Right, okay.
Because my glamorous assistant was missing last time.
Oh, yes.
I started Rent a Rant, which didn't get, from some bowls purists, they weren't all that happy with that. They just said they'd fast forwarded over it. But we got a lot of feedback from it, to be honest.
Well, the one that really gets to me is Craig Ayres and his delivery of bowls. I think this is an atrocious story. David will tell you.
Yeah, well, I will. Craig, of course, is responsible for the music at the start of this. Now, he ordered some bowls, 340 quid's worth, and he said he had a picture of those bowls on his doorstep, but he wasn't in, so they took it away. Now, the firm involved is Every. Yeah. They wouldn't have anything to do with it. They said they didn't know where the bowls were. They weren't going to compensate them for it. And recently, we've had another complaint about Every, in that they had a card through the door saying that they tried to make a delivery, but it didn't happen. So if you wanted a second delivery, then it would cost you £4.50. Now, bear in mind, there is a scam going wrong on that.
I think that's a scam, isn't it? But
I'm not sure.
How would they know that you
But
had a delivery that day?
And they also had my telephone number, so I'm not sure about that. That damn dog.
What's the matter with him? What's he on?
One of his toys is under the...
Oh, do you want me to go and sort it? You carry on talking about Every, and I'll go and sort the dog out.
You're an embarrassment to all, mister.
Come on, baby. What's the matter? Where's your toy? Show me.
It's underneath... Short starting again, which I'm not going to do. His balls... not on. We're back to Every. Anyway, they wanted £4 something to get the thing back and to get the delivery back. And as I was in all that day, because it's me that had the card, I know they didn't knock on the door properly, or because he would have barked his head off. Right, that's very distracting.
That's all right. I'm back. It's okay.
Right.
I'm back now. So calm is restored. Okay.
Now, as far as Craig is concerned,
He's lost his bowls.
he lost his bowls completely, but the people he bought them from did send him half the money. Every would claim no responsibility whatsoever.
that's bad
So if
form.
you've got any other complaints along those lines, by all means let us know, because we'll go to trading standards. By all means.
I don't particularly want to take on the Prudential or Churchill or any of those. What's the other one? LV, all those insurance people. But that is pretty poor form.
No, it's a delivery form.
Yeah, that is very poor.
Right. I'll just mention quickly, because people have come back to me. So there's Chantel Matz from Yeovil, who was talking about the fact that she bought a new electric car, and her loose connection to bowls is that you've got to get youngsters to bowls in order to make sure the sport keeps going. And she tried to put her young daughter, who may be a bowler, onto her insurance on this electric car, and she couldn't believe the quote. She had two quotes, and they were both for 40 grand. 40 grand, can you believe that?
How old is the girl?
18.
Oh, how do people afford that sort of money? That's
You
ludicrous.
can't afford that.
Absolutely
She
ludicrous.
says she's got to buy a diesel gas guzzler in order to get her daughter around under her own steam.
And so that's going to cost a lot of money to buy an old car.
Yeah.
The running costs of it are going to be extortionate. It's not environmentally friendly, and it's probably going to need an awful lot of work doing to it over the next running few years.
So that needs that's just too much for me. I can't handle it. What else did we have? We had I had somebody write in to say that they were unhappy about car parking charges around leisure centres like Clenham Valley, for instance. Now you may say, what's that got to do with bowls? And the answer is that there are two areas around bowls clubs in Devon. Anyway, I don't know about anybody else because we haven't had it back, who are under threat of car parking charges. Now, the first is Isca. Now,
how's that going? Have you heard from that?
Yeah, they've had their consultation is over, and it's now gone to the council to consider exactly what they're going to do. I think Sarah Thomas, who's the secretary of Isca, has asked that the leisure centre gets a special card so that they don't have to put in the car window, so they don't have to pay anything.
Oh, well, that's decent.
Whether the council comes back and says, no, we can't do that, you've got to come back after 3 hours and put in another 2 hours, so you can get the first 3 hours free, but the 2 hours after that, it's just ridiculous. Now, I don't know if this has got something to do. She also told me about the fact that they've got travellers who come to them, regularly invade the car park. They reckon about 8 times a year. They usually send around the outside. And then
the big car park.
The big car park, yeah, because there's 2 car parks at Isca. the big car park mainly serves the arena, and there's about eight times a year they have. You are going to go to the Knackers yard, mate.
Don't say that on the video. That's just we'll have the PDSA back or the RSPCD or whatever it is.
This is too much. I didn't know he was going to do this. Where was I?
Oh, talking about the consultation.
He's put the ball under another table now.
Oh, Auntie to the rescue.
Is this really happening?
Yeah, this is live. This is live. But...
Dear, oh dear. Back to the car parking. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Car parking, the facilitation. I'm not the facilitation. The consultation has ended.
Oh yes,
and they're going to,
yes. They had.
It's a good job I'm here, really, isn't it? Eh?
Oh God, he's really worrying to have around, isn't he? I think I'm going to have to sell him.
No, don't. Give him
Send
to me.
him out
I'll
to
have him.
work.
I'll have him.
Yes, they had travellers. They had travellers around there about 8 times a year, and they don't normally cause any trouble. But a group of 4 caravans, once they got turfed out the big car park, went into the small car park, and they started throwing eggs at people that were coming in and all the rest of it, and they had to close down the leisure centre, the whole thing, not just the bowls club, in order to when it got dusk until they could be got rid of. Now I don't know.
That is poor.
I don't know whether these are the reasons that car parking is being instituted in an out of town car park, which doesn't affect anybody.
Could be because perhaps to deter that sort of clientele. But where do they go?
I don't know. To the next car park.
To the next
to
car park.
Get thrown on it, you know.
But that's bad. That's bad. It's poor form to stop people from going in and out of the sports centre by throwing things at them. I mean, the police should have been there
Well,
to
I don't
have
know.
policed that. That's because that's assault.
Well, yes. Talking to an ex-police woman. Oh, sorry, shouldn't I say that? The other area.
Traffic, darling, traffic.
The other area is around the Torbay Bowls Club. The manor. What's it called?
Oh, Old Way Mansions.
Old Way Mansions.
Yeah.
Old Way Mansions. Apparently, nothing was progressing there because that would kill off Torbay if they did it there.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they haven't done that now, or they won't do that in the future. And I should perhaps mention it because I don't want to encourage anybody, do I?
No, not to come to us. No. Right.
Right. Have we covered most of that?
I think we've done rent a rant on the rink, haven't we?
Right.
Now I want to tell you a little story about an umpire.
Oh yeah. I like this one.
Yeah, this is quite strange really because I was playing in a match at an away club a few weeks ago, and it was just a single rink, and we had an umpire there who talked to us before we went on the green and explained to us all the rules and everything as if we didn't know what we were doing, of course. And when we got on the rink, he checked all our bowls, as umpires are prone to do, and that's great. I'm happy with that. But during the match, this umpire was walking up and down the rink adjacent to us, continually watching each head as it was bowled. And if one of our players was doing a running bowl, what he did was he ran from the end of the adjacent rink to get in front of the head so that he would see where all the bowls went. Well, I had a look in the Grand Grimoire of umpires' regulations and rules, and it quite clearly says here that an umpire must ensure that the game runs smoothly, but not with any unnecessary interference, and you should also refrain from any intervention unless there are flagrant misinterpretations or deliberate contraventions of the law. Now, there's in the Grand Grimoire here, there is a huge chapter about umpiring, and not anywhere in the world does it say that an umpire should run up and down the green with watching each head. As it does actually say that they should remain alert behind the rink of play in case they should be called, but not to be intrusive. You know, so I mean that was completely overbearing, I thought. And all the ladies on the rink agreed with me. Even the home team agreed with me that it was a little bit OTT.
Bit of a prat, in other words.
Well,
I've
I
met
think that's
these
a bit
people before.
overzealous. I don't think he is, you know, you could call him a prat. I think it was just overzealous and and what would you call it? Overbearing. A little overbearing.
So many people like handballs.
Oh, I know. Well, yes, there are. Which takes us to another point, does it
Oh,
not?
what's that?
About games with no markers at all.
Oh yes, we're
I'm glad I jogged your memory. What have you done with the dog? You haven't murdered him or anything, have you?
yes, I've given him to travellers.
Yeah, listen to this one. This is a tad controversial as well. Go on.
Yes, Mr. Brian Code claims to be the inventor of this. I've been playing in a competition for Riviera Bowls at
Oh, cheers, by the way.
Torquay United, and we've had markerless singles. What happens is you place the jack, you place the mat, you only get touches if your ball goes into the ditch, and you just sort of get on with it in a happy frame of mind. I was wondering whether this is a new plan for the future, or whether or not we should be...
Get out of here. God, how can you possibly do that for a county or a national competition? Riviera Bowls, wonderful organisation. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a really innovative idea and a wonderful organisation, and it helps clubs earn some money. Yeah, great. I'm all for it. However, that rule, Riviera Bowls can make up what rules, whatever they like, because it's their tournament, it's their competition. But to try and progress that into county or national singles, I think it's so open to abuse. I mean, can you imagine saying, oh, we'll deal with this between ourselves, and you know that you're holding two, and you bowl up, and your opposition kicks the head in and says, oh, it was only one.
Yes,
Where are you gonna go from there? I mean, I think we ought to really update our first aid boxes, because there'll be a lot of bloodletting. And perhaps first aid courses at bowls clubs should ensue quite quickly.
Another income stream.
Another income stream.
Do you want to mention that, by the way?
First aid courses.
The Torquay United clubs.
Oh well, yeah.
Because you might want to mention the date at this time.
Oh well, yes. Torquay United Indoor Bowls Club is hosting for. Oh God, I said I wouldn't mention DCIBA exec. So all. Stitch it up. No, seriously, all indoor bowls clubs in Devon have been asked to send 2 representatives to Torquay United Indoor Bowls Club on the 20th of January between the hours of 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. When we will be we'll be giving you lunch and drinks, and we will be giving you a presentation on how to increase your income stream by grants, raising your profile on media, raising your membership. We've had all this done by our secretary, Gary Hitching, who, the day he walked through our doors was a miracle, to be honest with you. He has dragged our club kicking and squealing into the 21st century. He's an absolute dynamo, and he's prepared to give up a whole day just to get this done for you, to help other clubs to get where we are at this precise moment in time. So yeah, we've got 6 clubs already attending. Can't tell you offhand who they are, but
right.
but I'm going to send out email reminders this coming week.
And we got to go, kid. Have you got the music ready?
Crikey,
Can you do
have
it
I got
again?
the music ready? I've got the music ready. I am that kiddie. Do you remember me?
Professional organisation we have here.
What? Here we go.
She said. Right. Have a happy Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, have a great one, and all the
a Merry
very
New
best.
Year. Yeah.
All the very, very best for 2025. I personally am going to sit up to watch midnight come round for 2025, because I want to make sure that 2024 is gone. Okay.
Sounds all right to me.
Sounds great to me as well. Okay, thank you guys. God
Bye.
bless. Have a great one.